moment you've been waiting for.
Gentlemen, do you recall the most famous plush channel of them all? I think it's about time I tell you all about my opinion about the elephant in the room, SML, previously known as Super Mario Logan. So, what are my opinions on SML? SML, in my personal opinion at least, is a good channel. I don't think it's the greatest thing ever or something that's worth remembering that much. I mean, like, it's nowhere compared to the Cute Mario Brothers. But I would probably put it in the same level as SpongeBob in terms of quality. Also, not to mention, that's pretty close. That's pretty. Actually, it's actually pretty much the SpongeBob of plush channels, actually. It's the most successful. Everybody knows about the classic videos. Everybody hates the new videos, and everybody. And for a brief moment in 2017, they were pretty good, damn good videos. And then it went straight down the toilet again. And probably this time permanently for good. There's no doubt regarding about that we should go with each different age starting from this point on. So, let's start the basic one. The classic / golden era, and also was the basic era. The basic era was felt like SpongeBob season 1. A lot more humble, some recognizable videos like the Super Mario Got Milk, and also was the original American Idol series. And but besides that, most of the episodes can be quite forgettable sometimes. Like, how else are you gonna remember? I forgot. Like, there's a lot. Okay, I think I just remember what I was going to say. Yeah. But it's not really the most memorable thing. But however, the classic / golden era did deserve to be considered the classic / golden era because there was tons of classic and possibly some gold and possibly a couple of golden YouTube videos around here. Yeah, that probably could level with some of the best episodes of SpongeBob. In fact, that's quite possibly the inspiration for the show along with South Park. So it's kind of obvious about where the inspiration of the show came from. Especially with beloved characters such as Tony the Tiger, Shrek, Woody, and as well as my personal favorite character, Mama Luigi. But, however, the first big change came around in the late 2000s, which is actually the same time that the show came out. I think it was about 2009. Yeah, the year before the 2010 decade. That Zeke or Luke, I can't remember which one specifically. Well, actually, it was both. Both decided to go to Colorado because their family was moving there. Actually, they didn't decide. I don't know why I said it like that. And they asked if they could do one more video to end Mama Luigi so people wouldn't wonder where they went. So they ended off Mama Luigi, and the first big change happened. A big chunk of subscribers left. And I can understand. Mama Luigi was kind of a beloved character on the channel. Yeah, the channel. As a whole, not just the Mario and Luigi Stupid and Dumb Adventures. Because he was quite funny. He led to some of the best jokes. He was quite possibly the first 3 seasons Patrick of the channel. So, it was quite a hefty thing. But then, all of a sudden, soon later on, around 2013, around the time the characters like Chef P, appeared. Then a new character came around who was the son of Bowser. You obviously know what I'm talking about because it's obviously Bowser Jr. Yeah, I think there's no way to come around this. The next period, the Junior era, is quite an interesting era. And I sound like a little toddler saying these things. Don't make fun of me. Anyways, the junior episodes are quite interesting to say the least, because they did start having a bunch of bad videos for the channel, but there was some pretty good videos that could rival with the classic / golden era. Stuff about cookies, the Cat in the Hat, the 2-part military school, and not to mention, there was also as well as that one video that had the Playtime series. If you're a fan of adult jokes and something like that, then you should probably check it out. Which actually, I should probably mention about this right now. The original SML videos are quite disgusting and disgraceful. Yeah, I don't know how to point it towards you because there's lots and lots of adult jokes on here. Like, so many that I think this could rival with South Park. And it makes it feel a lot less like SpongeBob. And instead, like, a SpongeBob South Park. If that makes any sense to you, any of y'all. But, yeah. There's so much inappropriate humor that it's just more, that ended up becoming more disgusting than funny. It was a lot less, it was a lot less used inside the original videos, which made it a lot more good and a lot more funny. But over time, the jokes started becoming way too far and also was being a bit too much. But then that didn't compare to what would happen next. Yeah, it's pretty obvious from here that we gotta finally talk about the main era that should be talked about. The Jeffy era. It started with the video Mario the Babysitter, where things started going really downhill. Now, I didn't mean for us the day that SML died, that happened way later on, in like about 3 to 2 years, but it meant that a humongous change happened. There was a lot less series, there was a lot less beloved characters, and not to mention that there was a lot less of appearance like Tony the Tiger and Shrek and Woody and all the characters that we've known to come and love today. They got replaced with this character that got so annoying, along with Mario's quote-unquote girlfriend, Rosalina, who then later on became his wife, despite the fact that she is the most annoying character I've ever heard. If you want to know who I would rather prefer, I would prefer the Patrick from season 6 to 8. I would prefer any character from Family Guy. I would prefer some of the most stupidest characters on cartoon television. And even anime even. Because these characters like Rosalina, characters like Jeffy are just so idiotic that it makes you question, where did it all go wrong? Actually, I can tell you where it all went wrong. It somewhat started with Junior, and then it kind of went a little bit more with Jeffy because of how much he suddenly became popular, because he was going to be a one-time fame, of which I wouldn't mind if he was a one-time character, because some characters like Patrick don't get that many character appearances. Yes, there's a character named Patrick, but it's not the one you're thinking about. But to be honest, the real day that SML died for good was around 2017, where they made a video called Jeffy's Kids, and this is what, and when I talk about this episode, you'll see why it's very inappropriate for people. So I would recommend that if you are able to watch South Park, then you would be able to watch this show. But if not, then I recommend staying away from the old videos that are not from 2018 and 2020, because those years had very child-friendly videos, along with the classic episodes, mostly right before 2013. But back to what I was saying. Before I talk about why Jeffy's Kids was the day SML died, I should probably mention there's lots and lots of bad episodes, just like SpongeBob. Lots and lots of bad episodes, and also had a pretty bad ad eras. Obviously, most importantly, the Jeffy one. I'm like, it's just so hard to talk about this channel when there's so much that I want to say about it. Jeffy's homework is quite repetitive, especially in terms of Jeffy's stupidity. The less talked about Jeffy's bad word, the better. I wish I could stop thinking about Jeffy's tantrum, but I can't because of how messed up it was. Yeah, the show really went that bad. And the adult jokes went way too far, and the characters got the Flanderization treatment. And it all went wrong thanks to the power of money, subscribers, as well as the fame and fortune that came from this Patrick of a character. And I really mean bad Patrick. You remember what I said about Mama Luigi being the golden age Patrick? Well, this is your downfall Patrick, ladies and gentlemen. And he is quite annoying. But that isn't to say that he doesn't have entirely bad episodes. There are some good episodes like Jeffy's Parents. But besides that, you really have to see what is good for yourself. Because there's some that are so messed up that you shouldn't see it, even if you're curious about it. And there's just some that I don't even know. And to be honest, let's get back to the Jeffy's Kids thing. Yeah, I'm just going to say one word, and it'll basically explain why that was the age that SML died. Childbirth. Yep, it revealed childbirth, except it was done for cereal box. Despite the fact that it was a cereal box, it was still disgusting and completely uncomfortable. I can tell you right now that I wouldn't want to sit for 5 minutes watching that while sitting on my chair. In fact, I would probably turn on backwards watching it, and that's how bad it is. And soon later, SML got demonetized, which then made entirely a lot of sense, and in my personal opinion, I was completely fine with it, especially because of how messed up things were, that they need to smack in the face of the channel so they can know when to do it. Now, to be clear, none of the actors is their fault. Some actors are quite questionable, some actors are pretty damn good, but to be honest, the channel as a whole is what I'm talking about, not specific actors or specific eras. And so, you can basically see what I mean by how much SML has changed. But the biggest change of all was the puppets. The puppets began appearing around late 2017. Oh wait, no, not 2017, obviously. I'm just done saying that. Around late 2020 to make sure, because around 2021, Nintendo finally got up to SML and told them, hey, we don't like what you've done to our characters. Give them back or we will sue you. So, that's what happens, and even though, it makes sense, and it felt quite satisfying, in my opinion, because of how much the channel has done, and what it has done, it just feels like this tiny bit of the magic that was there was slightly gone, because with the plushies, they didn't look ugly. I don't know if you could tell from the clips I'm showing you, but as, basically, in the best way I could put it, basically, imagine Sesame Street, but bootleg, and a lot more adult. The show manages to carry that in a frightening new way. I'm like, just look at these clips and how interesting and sometimes bad the puppets are. It's really quite embarrassing. But overall, the channel, I would have to say, is pretty good. No matter what happens, at least we can remember some of the classic episodes that came from this channel. Because, no matter what, the classic episodes will have a special place in my heart. But however, for the bad videos, they can go. I'll be button the fires where I can use a cauldron to put it out.